Today I'm going to talk about something I feel everyone seems to struggle with in their meditation, and it's nicknamed monkey brain or monkey mind. So what is monkey mind? Monkey mind is basically when you go into a meditation and it feels like your mind is going here and there and there and there, kind of like a monkey hopping around and going, ooh, 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 what's going on? What's going on? So how do we control that? And is it normal? And the answer, yes, it is normal. It's very normal. I mean, you even hear about like the yogis that are way out in the Himalayas that are having trouble silencing their mind. That's really part of meditation, is just trying to quiet your mind. You go throughout your day and you constantly have thoughts going throughout your day. I forget what the number is. It's like 60,000, 600,000 thoughts a day or something like that. And when we try to sit down and just turn it off, it's really hard to do. So I know that many of you probably get frustrated when you just sit down in your meditation and you're just trying to listen to the guided meditation, or you're trying to do a silent meditation and you're just like, oh, those stupid thoughts keep coming to my head. It's like you start thinking about what you've got to do today, what you have to do tomorrow, what happened the other day at the grocery store, or maybe you do have some baggage coming up, which that's okay. And what's baggage coming up? That's basically, let's just say something happened to you, there was a breakup or this accident happened to you and you're like, why did this thing happen to me? What am I feeling? Those things are okay to allow those to come up, but you don't want to allow yourself to get consumed by those thoughts during your meditation. The idea of getting into your meditation is to try to turn off your mind, to turn off your ego, because you don't want your conscious mind in control. You want your subconscious. Your conscious mind is the one that's constantly going throughout the day and thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that. And it has programs in there too about, okay, you think about what you do every day. You mindlessly, I guess you could say, do that. Like when you drive to work every day and you're like, oh, wait, how did I get there? It's because you have a program in your head that's just leading you there. And when you go to meditate, you're turning off all that thinking and all of those programs, and you're trying to get below all that. And once you get below all that, then that's when great, magical, wonderful things happen, or maybe nothing at all, but at least you're turning off that brain. So the idea is it's okay to have the monkey brain, but don't get consumed in it, because I've gone through many a meditation where I can't even think, because most of the time I just look at it and I was like, that was so stupid. Why was I so consumed? It may be about some project that I'm working on, or it may be about, oh, what am I going to do for dinner tonight? And I start thinking about the process, or I think about something that happened yesterday and I start walking all through it. And that's not good. I mean, what that happened yesterday? You're trying to be in the present moment. You don't really want to think of the past. You don't want to think of the future. Although I feel if you're thinking of future things, like you've got this great idea coming to you, I say go with it. I feel like that could be a download coming to you, information coming to you about the future, like, oh, wow, this could be great, this project. Oh, my goodness, wow, this is cool. You're kind of shutting off too much of the, I don't want to say the negative talk, unnecessary talk, I guess you should say, because you get distracted a lot. And so I allow that. If I have some future things coming to my head, I mean, let's just say I'm doing a meditation about opening your heart or something, and all of a sudden I start thinking about this great idea for a new meditation that I want to write. Well, I'm just going to go with that. It's okay. Maybe because I opened my heart, it came to me. So don't get distracted and say, oh, well, I just couldn't focus on what the meditation was telling me to do. Well, that's okay. That's okay. If you're in there, the idea is set an intention before you get in your meditation and try to keep to that intention. Try to find the answer to what you're looking for. Or if your just intention is to I just want to turn it off and find a little peace, then just set that intention. And are you finding peace when you're thinking about what happened at the grocery store yesterday with that guy at the register that was really rude? No. Those are the things that you need to shut off. So how do you deal with shutting those things off? There's not really one specific way, except what I've heard many times and what I've done myself is just to acknowledge that thought and to let it go. I think I talked about this in another meditation or another video several years ago. I talked about like the cloud. So you can think of, okay, this thought is consuming me, and what I can do is just like put it up on a cloud and blow it away. I don't need that thought anymore. Just see it go away. Because you're giving it the acknowledgement. It's coming up for some goofy reason. Maybe it's just that your mind and your body want to be in control. Even that will happen. Your body will be like, oh, remember this pain in your shoulder? Oh, you need to feel this right now. Those are the things. Just be like, okay, pain or thought, go in this cloud. I see you. I acknowledge you. I see that you want your attention. I'm giving you your attention. There you go. Just go over there for a little while and let me deal with this. Just blow it off. Now, sometimes also what I've done, and I also talked about this in that other video, is a box. Like, let's say it's something really important, like I've got to make sure that I do that appointment later today or something like that. And you keep thinking about it, but what if I forget? What if I get deep in my meditation? I forget. Just put it in a box and say, okay, this box is something I need to get into. I don't want the cloud to blow away. The box will just be over there in the corner. And so I'll put it in the box and I'll shut it up and be like, okay, I'll remember later on that I need to go back to that box and I need to see what that thought was. So that's one way to do it. Another thing that I like to do, I was taught, what were the 3 words? It was presence, posture. I can't remember what the other one was, but it was 3 P's. But just bringing yourself back to the present moment and be like, wait, no, that's not where I need to be. I need to be right here. What's going on right here, right now? Nothing. I mean, even if you do hear some noise off in the distance, you can still be like, but that's not important right now. What's important is focusing on me. So that's kind of your presence. And posture, I think, is a kind of an important one too. I know that sometimes when I meditate and I get real deep, I notice that I slowly start, and then sometimes I could even be like drooling. As long as you're not falling asleep, but you feel like you're really getting deep into your meditation, that's fine. But if you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm thinking about what I'm doing tomorrow. When's this music gonna stop? What's the person gonna say next? And you just start getting, but if you kind of focus on keeping yourself straight up, your posture straight, that can help just kind of move energy through you and help it flow. And I think it helps you also to come back to the present moment. I'd also learned something one time at a meditation event that I went to, and I think it was something like this. You put your hands like this and you just lay them in your lap, okay? I'm just gonna hold them up here so you can see. And as you're meditating, you just hold your hands like this. And as you just kind of let your mind wander and you're not focusing on the meditation, you'll notice that your fingers will just start to like, and then you'll be like, oh, wait. So that kind of goes along with the posture. So that was something else that kind of helped me, because I know some of us are such multitaskers and we have so many things going on in our brain and we're doing so many things at a time that it's hard to just shut it all off. And so I think by kind of focusing on your posture, maybe doing something like this, it's like you still have your focus kind of on this thing, but it's allowing the focus to be there instead of on some goofy thought about something that you don't need to be thinking about right now. You know, I don't know. I play around with a lot when I'm in meditation. I think the biggest thing is just try to bring yourself back into the present and don't get frustrated when those thoughts come up, because they happen to everybody. I mean, I could have a great meditation and I'm like, wow, I was so present, I was so into it, and then I could even be like, oh wow, and this wonderful thing happened and I saw this or whatever, and then I have my next meditation the next day or whatever, and then I'm like, dude, all I could think about was mowing the grass, and I'm like, what the heck was I couldn't stop thinking about it, and then I stopped thinking about the grass and I was thinking about my garden and the fertilizer. It was like, where was my head? But at least I can congratulate myself and say, okay, at least I took the time to try to just relax and try to shut off my mind. You can't say, well, I just wasn't successful. You were successful because you got through it. So that's another video I had made about there's no such thing as a bad meditation. As like I say, you look at these ones that were like, whoa, that was so incredible. And then you have this other one like, nothing happened, or my mind was all over the place. It's okay. Monkey brain is okay. I don't know how other people deal with this. This is how I've just done it. I'll acknowledge thoughts. I try not to consume myself in them. I think that's just key, is just try to bring yourself back to the present moment. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions for other people on some things that you do, put them in the comments below, because I'd like to hear some other suggestions, and I'm sure other people watching would like some more suggestions, because you know, mine are just what I feel work, and there's probably things that I've done that I can't even recall right now of how I dealt with my monkey brain. But don't let it get to you. Monkey brain is a totally normal thing that happens to you during meditation. Like I said, it happens to the best of us, you know. You can have such experienced excuse me, such experienced meditators, and they can't shut off their mind. You know, you're like, well, what do they even have to think about? They don't have these worries. What? That's why you're meditating. You don't want those worries. You don't want those fears. You don't want those situations and all those things that are going on in your life. They have stuff too. You know, they weren't born a monk or whatever. They had things that they're trying to process. They have problems too, you know. I don't know what they are, but we all have our own problems. And just don't get irritated. That's the bottom thing. Don't get irritated when the thoughts arise. And sometimes when the thoughts arise, you might want to understand why. Why is this thought coming up? Now, like I said, if it's something like about mowing the grass or something, that's just because I think your ego is trying to be in control and it's just trying to throw you off and say, well, here, why don't you think about this? Why don't you think about this? Why don't you think about that? But if it's something about something maybe that happened in the past, now I can argue that a little bit and say, well, that is in the past. You don't need to focus on that. How many days in your life have you actually focused on that problem and it hasn't gotten you anywhere? If you find yourself focusing on it and you're thinking very negative about it and you're just like, why did that happen? That's when you need to be like, whoa, hang on a second. What am I doing? No. Then you should bring yourself back to the present. But if you're focusing on it and all of a sudden it's kind of replaying and you feel like you're seeing it from a different way, be like, oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. I never saw it from that person's point of view. Oh, so that's okay. The meditation, the universe can be bringing things to you in your meditation that are trying to help you to heal and move on from other things. So monkey brain really isn't a bad thing. It's a exercise of the mind and a competition, if you will, between the ego and the unconscious mind. And it's just allowing these thoughts to present themselves, but not to consume you, if you understand what I mean. That's all I can really think of right now. Like I said, I'd like some ideas and suggestions from you guys, but again, just bring yourself to the present moment. Bottom line, it's the only thing I can really think of for the monkey mind. Thank you so much for watching.